Hello, Troy A, Shadowingtronics, trying to take part in the Art Soundoff challenge, but first off I tried using this stupid thing. It doesn't work. It'll stay on for a few minutes and then it craps off. So I tried just using OBS, plugging in a microphone. The microphone is not very good apparently. And then I tried getting it into a video editor so that I could bump up the sound. And the short version is, it couldn't make it happen. Not without driving myself completely mad. So, this kills a whole lot of plans for me. As far as next week, I was going to try to do the drawing thing that I usually do, where I do a bit of drawing and talk about my process. I usually do that in the last week of Art Soundoff. Not going to be able to do it unless I can find a better microphone. And I won't be on camera because I can't get the webcam to work. Doing this on a phone again. So, in addition to all the other stuff I wanted to talk about as far as why I don't live stream and why I probably most likely something in my nose will never live stream. Now I gotta deal with the fact that I can't even do the video about it. And I'm just having technical issues and it's driving me nuts. But in addition to all the technical issues I'm having, where I can't even get a decent recording with a decent audio to do this. I mean, this audio is probably not even that great, but it's still going to be better than what I had. Also, one of the problems that I can draw and listen to a podcast. Like usually when I do my comics, I am listening to a podcast or maybe some kind of discussion on YouTube where I don't have to necessarily look at the pictures, look at the video. But if I try to talk while I'm drawing, then I can't, because I can't focus on two things at the same time. I think listening is a little more passive, so I can do that. If doing something active allows me to also be able to do the more passive thing. On the other hand, drawing is very active, talking is very active, playing a video game is very active, so I can't do both. So the solution if I ever try to do any kind of video content like that is, why is this screen jumping? Anyway, what I'm going to have to do is either get somebody else on there who could monitor the chat and give me somebody to talk to that would make it a bit more interesting, or I'm going to have to do the drawing and then record me talking over it later and then post that. That's if I can get a camera that works. So, yeah, live streaming is something that is definitely not for me. At best, maybe I can do an art cast, so I can't live stream a game. And I'm still trying to decide as far as gaming, should I play the game and talk over it, because apparently I'm going to record myself talking over it after the fact, or do something closer to what SF Debris does, where he just edits it like he would the footage like he would any movie, and then goes over the game that way. Because with me, I kind of want to focus on looking at the story in these games. Buried. I'm gonna jump here. Deal with that this weekend. Stop. Why is the screen moving around again? The camera is right still, yet somehow it's still moving. I don't. Yeah, but like I've been trying to get a Let's Play of a recording or whatever of Batman Vengeance for a couple of years now, at least, and I just haven't had the resources that could run everything and do what I need to do. So that's been an issue. but I want to review the story of it and talk about how the story's played out and everything. That's why I'm probably leaning a bit more toward As If Debris. I mean, I could play the game and talk over it. I can't really talk over it while I'm playing. And then I don't want to talk over the story bits. Things bugs me when I'm watching a playthrough of a game. Somebody's talking over the story. That really gets me nuts. But what's worse is if I'm watching someone live stream a game with a heavy story. They stop the game to talk to the audience because, you have to. You're doing a live stream. You want to talk to your audience. They stop the game for whatever reason, or sometimes they'll even ignore the story altogether. And if I'm watching a game that has a story attached to it, I really want to hear the story. That's kind of the whole point of watching a story-based game, is watching the story of a game maybe I didn't want to play, like Bioshock Infinite. I don't want to take a spinny thing and run across some dude's face. It's not the way I like to play a game. But I found the story interesting when I was watching someone else play it. It's like I could not do the action that the characters and the supposed protagonists of questionable hero status do in those games. What Booker does, and even what Elizabeth does in Burial at Sea. I couldn't do that stuff. Like, I know it's fiction, I know it's play, but I can't play that way. I'm not trying to play Ultimate Spider-Man. I can't play as Venom unless he's beating up Ultimate Wolverine, because the only character I hate more than Wolverine is Ultimate Wolverine, because in the Ultimate Universe, Wolverine was like an extremely horrible character. At least regular Wolverine has some kind of honor code. Ultimate Wolverine does not, because outside of Spider-Man, everyone in the Ultimate Universe were basically a-holes. Which is why I didn't like the Ultimate Universe. So, yeah, there's something I can praise Brian Michael Bendis. His one corner of the Ultimate Universe that started the Ultimate Universe were not a-holes. So, congrats to there, Brian. But I can't play that. So I watch the story, but I want to watch the story. I want to play out. And sometimes I will see things like, go over there, do that, But, for the most part, I do enjoy watching these games that I would never either am unable to play because they have the wrong system, or just would not play because I'm the wrong person to play that game. But the story is fascinating. Like, I'm watching Playframe go through God of War. I wouldn't be uncomfortable playing a game like God of War, but I am finding the story interesting watching him play it. And this way I could, when he gets bloody, I can turn away from the screen for a while and then turn back. You can't really do that when you're playing a game because, according to this light, trying to get equipment to work and failing. But turning away from the screen during the gory bits is a good way to die when you're playing it. When you're not playing it, you can turn away and not watch it. So, even if I can figure out the technical issues, which primarily means just me getting some kind of halfway decent microphone set up and a webcam that actually works for more than 2 weeks, I still have all these other factors that I need to worry about when it comes to live streaming and everything else. Yeah, that's kind of the situation I'm in right now. But first things first. So, hopefully the audio was good enough that you guys could hear me this time, because last time the audio was terrible. But if you decide you want to maybe check out the stuff that you can read, which shouldn't have audio problems because they're words, you can check me out at bwspotlight.com. If you want to check out people with better audio setups and working webcams, go to twitter.com, look for the hashtag #Soundoff, click on latest, although I'm the only one doing it in video form. Rob and Jersey do run a weekly podcast, and they recently did when you see this yesterday, They did a Art Soundoff, sort of doing that, looking at the halfway mark of Art Soundoff, the Leading to Artcast, rather, looking at the halfway point of this year's Art Soundoff. So you can check that out. And then Owen Jolin's is dropping the audios, and Jersey and Rob are doing their own audios. And if you decide you might want to join us on that, you don't have to post it. You can just do it for your own self. You can go to artsoundoff.com or leadingtoart.com/artsoundoff. Either way it works. So I will see you next week. I do not know how, but I'm going to find a way to do something next week, even if I can't do my drawing thing. So until then, I wish you all happy creating.